beneath the golden skies of Dubai's ancient throne, where deserts whisper secrets in winds softly blown. He walks, a falcon's gaze in the still of the morn, crowned not by jewels, but by legacy born. Fazza, the name that echoes in dune and star, a poet, a prince, both near and far. He writes not with ink but with heart's gentle flame, each verse a reflection, never seeking fame. The soul of the city rests in his hand. He weaves stories from silence, like waves in the sand. But then one gaze shifts like a falcon in flight, to a face wrapped in mystery, bathed in soft light. Eyes that hold galaxies, lips soft as prayer, hair like the dusk, catching wind in midair. She wasn't the crown, yet she shimmered like gold. Her silence spoke truths that the bold never told. And Fazza, the dreamer, the knight of the pen, felt verses unfolding within him again. He saw in her presence not weakness but grace, a wild desert rose with a luminous face. He didn't need reason, nor fate to explain. Her name, like his verses, now danced in his vein. A story not written, a tale yet untold, of love that defied both the timid and bold. This reveal, they whispered, might alter the sky, might cause the stars to tremble and cry. Yet Fazza, unfazed by the eyes of the world, let destiny bloom, let emotions unfurl. He loved not for show, not for duty or rule, but as poets love, with their soul as their tool. He rode through the dunes with her thought on his mind, in a realm where true hearts are so hard to find. Each step of his horse left a verse on the earth, as if even the land recognized her worth. She was not of palaces, not born of the state, but beauty like hers reshapes even fate. Her laughter, a song the falcons might chase, her silence, a breeze that cooled every place. He dreamed of her often beneath crescent light, her presence turned dusk into glimmering night. He'd sit by the fire in the deep desert chill, and whisper her name till the stars became still. Fazza, the prince, the rider of sands, yearned not for empires but for her hands. He knew in his heart that her spirit was rare, more priceless than pearls or thrones laid bare. She brought with her visions of what life could be, a dance beyond duty, a heart roaming free. He offered her poems, written in stars, scripted in silence between Venus and Mars. He vowed her no kingdom, no palace of stone, but a soul that was hers, eternally known. She smiled like sunrise on waters at peace. In her presence, all turmoil found its release. Their tale became legend where camels still tread, where fires are lit and old ballads are said. Fazza and she, they sing in hushed voice, of a prince who chose love as his kingdom, his choice. Not for the world, nor the gaze of the crowd, but for hearts that beat freely, fierce and proud. He watched as the moon carved her face in its glow, as winds carried scents only deserts could know. A scarf on her shoulder, a light in her eyes, she bore no title yet wore the ski. And though the world kept spinning with questions unsaid, Fazza walked forward where only poets tread. The skies were his parchment, the stars were his ink. He etched her in silence on the universe's brink. She was not a woman bound by the laws, but a muse carved from the desert's raw cause. Each night, he would gaze where the horizon bends, and write in the wind that love never ends. She lived in the rhythm of wild horses free, in the hush of the palms and the breath of the sea. The sands held their footprints where no eyes could find, yet the desert remembered her soul and his mind. Their love was not made for the halls of the grand, but bloomed where the storms had reshaped the land. She moved like a shadow in the folds of his verse, a beauty so bold that no crown could rehearse. He watched from afar when the nights would descend, thinking of moments where time dared not bend. Not once did he falter, not once did he fear, for love built on truth always lingers near. She had no robe woven with diamonds or fire, yet in her stillness, she set hearts on fire. The sun rose for her, and the stars took her side, for she was the dream even fate could not hide. There were whispers in courtrooms and murmurs in halls, painted illusions upon royal walls. But Fazza, the falcon, with vision so wide, could see through the noise and stand in his pride. He did not chase thrones, nor riches nor land, for what he had found needed no hand. Just a presence, a spirit, a bond that won't break, a love the earth quakes for, the oceans awake. She stood in his verses like pillars of flame, unshaken by rumors, untarnished by fame. And Fazza would write till the last breath he drew, for the ink of true love always bleeds through, not in the lines but the spaces between, where glances are deeper and feelings unseen. He built her a castle not from stone or brick, but from words that heal and verses that stick. O traveler who seeks where true hearts belong, read between echoes and ancient song, for Fazza has written with passion so wide, of a woman whose silence stood by his side. No diamond or emerald, no kingdom or pride, could match the pure bond they never had to hide. The world may not see it, or wish it away, but even time cannot turn hearts that stay. She wore no title, bore no gold in her hair, yet queens envied the fire she chose to wear. And he, the great prince, with a pen in his hand, chose her over empires, love over command. They danced not in ballrooms, but beneath stars. She was the moonlight that healed all his scars. He'd ride through the night with her name in his chest, knowing in silence their love was the best. When storms hit his borders and trials drew near, he found strength in her memory, not fear. And she, in her quiet, whispered his name, across winds that carried both passion and flame. For love isn't shouted in towers of gold, it's whispered in verses the broken hearts hold. And Fazza, the poet, the soul carved from grace, wrote her,